What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos, and welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table. I am joined by none other than the regular guests of the show, Soul and Ignacio. How are you doing today, fellas?
Oh, it is good to be back on another edition of Take It to the Table. As always, happy to be here, happy to do what we need to do. Tell all the Wrestling Republic universe about the greatness of professional wrestling as we do. So yeah, same old, same old.
Fair play, fair play. I think I must.
Getting ready to do some AEW burial.
Shut up,
Oh
bitch.
yeah, I bet you can't wait. I bet you can't wait. I mean, it's been a very eventful week for both WWE and AEW, we must say, which we are definitely going to be touching on. Obviously, most of the topics we're going to be talking about is obviously on AEW side is the build up to Full Gear. Do we agree? Has it been very good for most of the matches, as well as I give our predictions, our early predictions of the Full Gear card. And also on the WWE side, we got to talk about what happened on Monday. You know what we're going to be talking about, as well as also what happened on SmackDown regarding obviously the build up to War Games, as well as certain more people returning and everything else. So we got a jam-packed episode. Get buckled in. Let's get right to it. Let's take it to the table. All right. But also, if you ever hearing the background noise, it's little Chaos running rampant in the background. So yeah, he's all good.
Yeah, he's like Matt Hardy. He's preparing his tag team for the future.
Exactly. So yeah, let's get straight to one of the biggest talking points of the week. Sorry, Soul, it's not AEW related. It's what happened on Monday.
I'll be off, I'll see you guys later
as well. It's so full of emotion. You can't believe it was one of the greatest segments of all time. We must say. And we're obviously talking about what happened on with Austin Theory, as well as with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Widely talked about, mostly for the wrong reasons. For those that have somehow missed it and you've been living under a rock. So the main event was an open challenge. I believe it was Seth Rollins. And obviously he was given out an open challenge, and it was assumed that it was going to be Mustafa Ali because he came on the Tron saying, this is my time. Bobby Lashley came out of nowhere, wiped out Mustafa Ali, saying, look, I'm pissed off. I'm gonna I want my title. Mustafa Ali tried to fight him. He just got thrown over some boxes, and then Bobby Lashley came out, started wailing out on Seth Rollins. Left him in a pile of heap, put him through a table, actually, walked to the back, and then Austin Theory comes out. And he's obviously just seeing Seth on his prone body. And he gets he's just standing over Seth, and he decides to cash in on the United States champion. A championship he has already won. All right.
Correct.
He cashes in for a mid-card title, and yeah, he was almost on the brink of winning it. For some reason, Bobby Lashley didn't like that. He dragged out the ref, or I think he dragged out. And then he started just beating down Austin Theory, as well as I think he also beat down Seth as well along the. So he laid everyone out. Ultimately, Seth not only did he cash in, but Seth got the win. He defeated Austin Theory with his cash in. He joins in the small little club of failed cash-ins. Absolutely baffling. I just wanted to obviously get your thoughts and from your reaction, Ignacio. You must have been laughing your ass off. So at the time, so what were your thoughts?
I'll take the lead on this. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Oh, here we go.
I'll be talking first. With my lovely cocktail, of course.
Oh god, it's like Guinness.
No, I mean, what the fuck was this? Seriously, what was this? Like, imagine you're Austin Theory. Like, you've done a cash in at Clash of the Castle, the fucking big British pay-per-view thing. You then went down to NXT and blue-balled the whole roster there, being like, "Oh, I'm gonna take the NXT championship," and then you go for the goddamn US title. Really?
Yeah.
Was the man on like airplane mode or something like that? What the hell was this? It was like he was just there and went and like, belt's a belt, mate. I'll just take anything at this point. I'll try. Imagine if he cashed in on the 24/7 title. Imagine. He would have been an absolute fucking laughing
But there was
stock.
two plot holes. There's two plot. Like I said, he's cashing in on a title that he's already won. Plus, this was an open challenge. He could have walked out anyway. He did not need to cash in. This was an open challenge. It just made him look stupid.
Like what did was fucking Vince back for the day? Just like taking all this stuff out. He just saw the Raw script and just took a big Sharpie and doodled in his wee little methods, like just burning the place down before he left. I mean, come on, what the fuck was this? This is like cashing on a mid-card title whenever, like, even in like from everything we've told, it's like a cash-in attempt on like one of the big two titles of the brand. There's never been an explicitly said you could go for other belts, but the way it's always worked is that it's just you go for the big prize. Why would you waste an opportunity you've had to fight off other competitors for to just go for the fucking mid-card title? You're trying to elevate yourself. You're not trying to stay in the same exact goddamn spot. Unless he's like, dude, it's like, this is squatter rights. I'm going to stay in my own lane. I'm never going to leave my presence. I mean, this makes me think, like, is Austin Theory pissed somebody off backstage? Has he screwed something up? Is he on his way out?
Yeah.
What's the man done to, like, be like Vince's golden boy to Triple N come in and be like, bruh, I'm the only Vince's golden boy here. This is my shovel. Sit the fuck back down or I'm sending you back to NXT.
I'm the captain now. That's what he basically said.
What the hell is the guy going to do now? Is he going to insert himself into this Miz, Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis storyline that's like the filler of Raw?
I mean, it might as well. It was, he's either pissed someone off, but there was way better options they could have went down instead of wasting. They pretty much diminished or damaged the reputation of the Money in the Bank briefcase as well, doing this kind of thing, in my opinion.
Like, if you imagine if you did something cool, like at War Games, Seth was in like one of the teams, and Austin Theory Roman is in like one of the War Games, and Theory cashes in during the War Games. How crazy would that be? It might not like logistically be like that's a lot of problems there, but that would have been a moment.
Yeah,
to cash in during the War Games. But hey, I guess not now. Fuck it, it's out the window. It's done and dusted. Money in the Bank's again pretty much useless now.
pretty much. I mean, Ignacio, I'm pretty sure you got something to get off your chest. Say again?
How's that?
When's the last great cash in we've had? I think, honestly, looking back, I'm thinking Dean Ambrose, John Moxley when he cashed in on Seth.
Maybe I was gonna say Seth when Seth won at WrestleMania. That was huge in terms of epicness. That was like as epic as Michael Cole said, the greatest heist of the century. Dean Ambrose one was good, but I'll say Seth. And when was that? That was what 5-6 years ago.
God,
no,
31. Flipping it out.
That was 31.
WrestleMania.
31.
When was that? That was 2015. So 7 years ago. Yeah, flip it up. So other than that, there hasn't been any great cash-ins or memorable cash-ins. But I mean, still, like they could have went a better route with this. What about you, Ignacio? What's your thoughts on this when you saw this happen?
I think they were relying on fans to really put on their thinking caps and take a deep dive and put some deep thought into this to understand what was going on. And I guess I give them an A for creativity, but I give them an A+ for nonsensicalness, or however you would say it. Because, well, first of all, they could. Ali comes on the Titantron, right, and then Lashley comes in and shit cans him over the tools or the boxes or whatever, and then he comes out and they never rang the bell. It was never a match. He shit cans Seth Rollins. So then Theory comes out. I think the whole concept around they were trying to get the briefcase off of Theory, and they were trying to think of a creative way of doing it. I think they wanted the fans to understand, well, Theory can't cash in Roman because he's tried already and been unsuccessful as far as like doing an official uh, cash in, because there's always been interference or Tyson Fury knocking him out, and he's surrounded himself with the bloodline, so there's no way he can cash it in successfully. So I'll just go ahead and go for the United States title because there's the opportunity for a title, and I'm just gonna take it. And I think they wanted the fans to think, well, the United States title now means more than it did when he had it. But that takes too much thinking. so so like, okay, yeah, they want the fans to understand that, well, the title means more than what it did when he had it, and this is going on. So Roman and the bloodline, he can't do that because it's too much trouble. So he's just gonna go for the United States title, and I think the title does mean more than it does, and a little bit more now than it does when he had it. But so
Mhm.
so Lashley beat the shit out of Rollins, and then Austin Theory hit his finisher like twice and still couldn't beat him. So
Yeah.
the burial continues. It doesn't stop there. Lashley comes back, shit cans Austin Theory, and then these two guys who just got the shit beat out of him by this 275-pound human wrecking ball. Uh, Seth Rollins still kicks out of two finishers. Austin Theory ends up losing. Seth beats him anyway. It was just all over the place, nonsensical. But they got where they wanted. They wanted the briefcase off of Austin Theory, and we mentioned it before. Like, who is he pissed off? Did he sleep with somebody's wife? Is he? I don't know. I didn't want to see him back in NXT when I saw him make that cameo in NXT. I didn't want to see that. I don't think. I think he's good enough to where he doesn't have to go back down and train in NXT. I think he does need to work with some veterans to get a little better. But I mean, I just think that it was all that Vince McMahon wanted to push him to the sky and push him too fast. And I think that was
Yep.
kind of what Vince was known for when bringing up guys with NXT,
Yeah.
is not only ruining them, but maybe putting the title on them too fast. And then the shine wears off, like they did with Rhea and others. They put the title on them too fast. The shine wears off, and then where do you go? Where do you go from there? So I think they're just trying to slow his roll. I don't think they're necessarily trying to totally bury him or ruin his career. I just think they're just trying to slow him down a little bit because he's only 24, 25 or something like that. 24
Oh
years
yeah.
old. I mean, he's got plenty of, it can be a kind of like a little of whether I imagine he's going to be a heel because he's a natural hero. It can be like a redemption heel story where he just kind of just built some momentum, built himself back up, and then we'll see him back at the top of the card in the next year or so or whatever, which is probably during the time they're probably really going to need him, because by then a big time babyface is going to dethrone Roman Reigns, maybe Cody Rhodes or Bray Wyatt or whoever. And then you're going to need some heels to line up to challenge for the title. And then, he'll be in and around the top spot then. So like I said, maybe an A for creativity, for trying to but make it sports entertainment or whatever. But
Yeah, but no offense there, mate. How can anyone take that
nonsensical.
kind of heel seriously? It's like, dude, you cashed in on a mid card title and lost. Why am I afraid of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more embarrassing than Baron Corbin. I think this is worse than when Baron Corbin cashed in. And that was probably the worst cash in ever until now. They could have done.
Well,
they could have easily done if they would. Go on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, at least maybe, I don't know, to get it off him, instead of him cashing it in, why not have him make him enter a feud where eventually they dare him to put the money in the bank briefcase. Whoever wins gets the briefcase. Give it to someone that is more, maybe not more believable, but
I
guess more believable. But yeah.
Well, it's like, I don't like the concept. To me personally, I don't like the concept to begin with. But I think Hunter wanted the briefcase out of sight, out of mind, because he wants to bring it back. And now I've read that he wants to bring it back for WrestleMania. Like night one, they're gonna have
Which would be great.
the women's, and then night two, they're gonna have the men's or something like that. So I think he wants it out of sight and out of mind. If we take it away now, people won't think about it until then, or whatever. It'll be a build up to the spectacle that Money in the Bank was for WrestleMania, however long ago, 10 years ago or whatever, or the last time they had it at Mania, 2016, I think, or whatever. I don't remember. It's been a while, but yeah, I think out of sight, out of mind. If we take it away now, we get it off, and now we can build up to it for Mania. So I think
there's better ways to do this. Though. The dumbest way I can think of on the top of my noggin is just have like Braun or something take his briefcase, snap it in half, find the contract, rip up, and be like, "Ooh, technically your case is destroyed. The contract's ripped up. You got nothing. Zilch, it's done." And that was better than cashing in on a mid-card title and losing. It's just bad.
Yeah, it was a double whammy. All I know is that I think this is Triple H's first big L since taking over. It felt very Vince-ish. It's funny how now that the investigation's over, Raw just felt like almost like a Vince show again. It was kind of weird, especially that little segment. But yeah, where this leaves Austin Theory, I have no idea unless he's going into some blood feud with Seth or Bobby Lashley or whatever. But yeah, it was so mind-boggling, nonsensical. Fix up Triple H, man, because that was not a good call. Not a good call.
Yeah, not good.
Moving swiftly on, we are going to be talking about. Let's just switch it up. Go to the AEW side of things. There you go, Saul. So yeah, we're going to be talking about what's obviously Full Gear is next Saturday at Newark, New Jersey.
Yes.
Obviously the main event is obviously MJF versus Jon Moxley. You got to put the champion first. Jon Moxley versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. Quite a few matches have been announced on there. But my question to you is, before we give our predictions, obviously there's been obviously build-ups to certain show to certain feuds that's obviously going to be culminating at the event. My question to you guys, in terms of the build-ups to the certain matches, like obviously Moxley versus MJF, Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm for the interim title. I'm just getting the card. I'm trying to freestyle it while I'm looking at it. But yeah, in terms of those matches, Delta Breaker versus Soraya, Cargill versus Nyla Rose, the Acclaimed versus Swerve and Glory. All those matches, in terms of the build-up, do you think it has been a good build-up to the show, or do you think this feels a bit rushed or hit and miss? What's your thoughts on the overall card so far?
I'm fine with it. I don't see why people need to feel like every match needs a fucking 6-week build and like have the story laid out in front of you. Like, here's plot A, plot B, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. If you don't understand this, you're an idiot. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I just like seeing wrestling at the end of the day. I like seeing the wrestlers I enjoy getting in the ring and making magic. That's the end of the day. I don't mind that. I mean, if you really want me to go on the build, fine then. I'll oppose your agenda. We've got, Moxley and MJF. Easy done and said there. Ever since All Out, it's been basically building there. Mox had to come in off the whole Punk situation, off his vacation, and then just leave the company. And then it's basically this whole thing with MJF as well, showing was he good enough back then. He is now with William Regal. Excellent stuff. Easily the best built match up to now. Fair point. Agree with everybody there. Now, going on as well, Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill. Let's talk about that one. There has been build for that one. Built for quite a while as well, with Nyla stealing the TBS championship and then basically just being a wee joker to, Jade's Batman and just being like, haha, hey, I have the belt. Come get it, sort of that. And I like what Nyla's doing. I think Nyla is an entertaining performer in the ring and as a character as well. All these people throwing shade to her because of, being trans. Really, what joy do you get from that? Do you just get to say that little comment and then you get to sleep at night well? That's it. What the fuck's wrong with you? Fucking grow up, you little fucking cunts. Next as well, we've got Swerve and Glory versus the Acclaimed. Built up fine as well, but since All Out as well. The initial defeat from the Acclaimed getting the rematch at Grand Slam. Boom, winning the title. Then we've had this whole thing with Daddy Ass and Swerve breaking his fingering, so no more scissoring. God, shame. Rest in peace, Billy Gunn. Now look, Chaos, I know a lot of people love that film, but I fucking hate that film. It's fucking boring. Continuing on as well.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations.
Okay, don't ever say that again. Carry on.
I like I've seen the second one. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time and go out to the cinema for it. I pirate it because the pirate life for me, it was
Oh my god.
It was It was It was yeah. So back to the proper good storytelling here instead of the Marvel Cinematic crap universe. We've got basically Swerve and Our Glory and the Acclaimed, stunning as well. You know, from Grand Slam as well, and the Swerve fingering. And now we've got Anthony Bowens versus Swerve coming up for Wednesday's Dynamite. More addition to the build, great stuff there. Moving on to Saraya and Britt Baker. This has been building since Saraya came back to wrestling at AEW Grand Slam. And we've basically seen the sort of hostility thing, you know, Britt Baker's trying to say, like, this is my house now, you know, that you're coming in here as a visitor because you were fired or let go from your previous place. Fine there, and it's basically like a self-redemption story for Saraya. Can she still go? She's had this traumatic injury in the past and been out the game for so long. Can she still go to the best of her abilities? Another fine storyline there. And then even we've got, I can't wait for this fucking match. This match is going to be absolutely amazing. We've got Sting, Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett, the Last Outlaw, and Jay Lethal. Need I say more there?
Oh boy.
Need I say more? We've had Jay Lethal and Darby doing matches and feuding, you know, for a while now as well. Sting and Jeff Jarrett got a whole lot of history there that I'm not going to pull out the Rolodex for there. You know, it's kind of says, like, if Jeff Jarrett's going to have more matches in AEW, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know, I think Jeff Jarrett is a great addition to AEW, not for his mind as well for the business, and he can still go as well. I mean, look at what this man's done in this year alone. GCW matches.
Oh yeah.
Went back to the WWE. Refereed the tag match at SummerSlam, was let go by the WWE, then wrestled Ric Flair's last match, and then he's came into AEW as well. I mean, God, Jeff Jarrett is great. I mean, I would say clip this for the Instagram, but there are some biases behind the scenes against AEW from some people in the Wrestling Republic team. So, I mean, hey, I could say what I say, but that's a wee little thing behind the curtain there for the viewers. I may get suspended for that, but hey, the truth is the truth. And this is my world. I run this YouTube channel. I brought it back from the brink of hardly any content on it, and now my show lifted it up. But let's get back to the proper thing here. This is not a place to vent anger and the truth, but the truth shall set you free. But yeah, I'm excited for this whole Full Gear show. This Full Gear show is going to be great. Looking back now, I can see All Out as being a bit of a dud. I will agree there with some people. All Out is a bit of a dud. I can agree there. But another match as well we got for Full Gear. We've got Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy in a steel cage. Like, I don't even need to say to the viewers why. This has got a great story build. They were a tag team. Even with wee Marco Stunt in there, it's Jurassic Express trios all the way back at the start of AEW. And now we've got basically Blood Brothers feuding against one another because one's been tainted. His mind's been tainted by Christian Cage. It's great. It sells itself. I don't see why people are complaining. I feel like at this point, people are just complaining for the sake of complaining because they don't like things working or things being different or there being an alternative. They just like to voice their little opinions because they can. Doesn't mean they should. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is in this world we live in.
It is what it is. Fair enough. All right, so I understand that there is build and the storylines going into the match, and obviously for you, it's you don't really care for the story. It's more about the matches and how good it can be. You know, five each to their own. But like, can you honestly say that you look forward to all currently 9 matches on that card? Is that you know how where I think what match was what pay-per-view was it? I think it was Extreme Rules, and you was just down on every match except for the main event or a couple. Like, it really surprised you. That's what I'm saying. Your build up or you're leading into the pay-per-view. Are you actually looking forward? Can you actually say that you're looking forward to all the matches?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for every match. I feel like there's not one that I'm going to actively leave my screen and just dilly-dally for 20 minutes cooking rice or some shit like that. I'm actually really excited for what's going on in the card. You know, I can look at every match and be like, yeah, there's someone I want to see there win and evolve. I want to see stuff come out of it. You know, I want to see MJF win it because he needs it at this point. He's well fucking deserved it at this point. Britt Baker and Saraya. Saraya's got to get the dub for her first win, and then it leads to more storyline potential and Could we be like a confidence building storyline with Sarray? Like, yeah, I've done one now. Can I still keep going until I know I'm 100% and then challenge for a title? Jade and Nyla, probably the least hyped for that match, but I still enjoy seeing Jade in the ring. I think she's getting better and better every single day, especially that punk.
Oh yeah,
the kick she's been doing. That's been stellar. Holy shit! It's like Jesus Christ, so hell of a reach, and then right off the dome as well. My God. Again, as I said before, Nyla's amazing in the ring, funny, entertaining, best things you want from a performer. Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I feel like Jungle Boy's going to win there, and then hopefully when Christian's healing up soon enough, we get Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, leading to the eventual blow off of this feud. Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm.
Yes,
I want Hayter to win this. Hayter should definitely win this. I know there's this stigmatization with interim champions. You don't take it off the interim champion. You wait for the person to come back. But Hayter's so hot at this point with people in the AEW fandom. You got to shoot the shot and give it to her to the title. And then eventually you could have Hayter versus Thunder Rosa whenever she does come back. Hopefully soon at this point, because just having someone be called an interim champion at this point is a bit insulting to them if they're always working and just being referred to as the interim. Not fair to the performer. The tag match as well. The Acclaim have always been entertaining to me. Even I'm more excited. I'm just excited for the rap to get into the ring. The rap they do before the ring as well, and then just going off. Hopefully, we can see at this point maybe a divulsion, Swerve and Our Glory dissolve. We have Swerve just fully embracing his evilness and being sneaky. Swerve, turns on Keith Lee. Then that's be more great stuff to see as well. And then Jeff Jarrett, Darby Allin, Sting, and Jay Lethal. I can't wait to see. I still, Jeff Jarrett can still go, and having Sting and Jeff face across in the ring with all their histories is going to be iconic to see as well. I'm fairly up for this. I mean, should there be any more matches added to the card? I feel like we're going to get. If you had to say to me, what more would you add to it? I would add Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow for the TNT Championship. I feel like he deserves to be on the card. The TNT champion has been deserved.
It might be a triple threat now that Joe turned on him, though. It might be a triple threat.
Sure. And then maybe we could get Wardlow. If Wardlow, I feel like Wardlow should drop it at that point. The Powerhouse Hobbs, elevate Hobbs, and then we could have Ricky Starks versus Hobbs for the TNT Championship as a true blood feud. Would work. And then maybe Wardlow could go against Samoa Joe at Final Battle Ring of Honor for the Television Championship. Just another opportunity there. I mean, also a match I forgot to mention as well: the Ring of Honor 4-Way Championship match. Jericho, Bryan, Sammy, and Claudio.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. That should be good.
I can't tell the winner for that. I don't know who's going to win that. I feel like it should stay on Jericho until we get a TV deal, because he'll be a good rating boost for Ring of Honor when they come back to either network TV or streaming. But I could see Bryan winning it. I was Sammy screwing over Jericho, and that leads to a feud between Jericho and Sammy. And then Bryan gets a championship that he's had so close to deal. Bryan would be a good name to actually kind of launch the new Ring of Honor brand. TV deals galore, be absolutely fine. Anything else to really add to Full Gear? I mean, we've got 3 women's matches there. That's solid. The 4-way, the tag match. Adding the TNT seems like a good one. Maybe adding, if Mercedes Martinez is healed up, then maybe the Ring of Honor Women's Championship match would be a good one to add there, or the Pure Championship. But right now, I'm happy. If they add more, I'll be even more happy. That's it at the end of the day.
Fair enough. I mean, you don't want to overload it, because you don't want to have you want to have a WrestleMania 6-hour extravaganza. I mean, 9 matches, I feel that's more than enough. Well, for me anyway. But yeah, what about you, Ignacio? What's your thoughts on the build up towards? Is there any match that you're looking for? Are you looking forward to the Fatal 4-Way for the Ring of Honor Championship with your friend Jericho?
Well, I think that's the problem that AEW has had this year, is their build up to their pay-per-views hasn't been good. Now, I will say this, that this, I just pulled out the card here. This pay-per-view is probably the best job that they've done as far as building, but that doesn't mean it's good, because it's not.
He swears you there. He's like, yeah. So like, oh my God, he's finally happy. His heart's grown 3 times. Nah, he's still a sinister little shit.
We got so for Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. This is okay. This is the build-up's pretty good. The problem is it's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. It seemed like Luchasaurus was you know what? I like when Luchasaurus wrestles like the way he's supposed to, like a big man, and I like Christian Cage as his mouthpiece. And you know what? Jungle Boy came out this past week. Was it Rampage? But he did a pretty good promo when they had the face to face with Christian and him and Luchasaurus. That was it was okay. And since it is AEW, they might actually have some blood in this match, in a cage match. So I don't know. I'm kind of I wish it was Christian instead of Luchasaurus.
It
But I
probably
don't
would
know.
have
I think
been.
you know what would make me happy in this match? I think what would make me happy, because I'm totally I'm over Jungle Boy. Like I've lost all confidence in him. Pretty much. I mean, the deal was kind of like make me hang on was probably that promo he cut last week. But I just think that's just he got lucky there, or what he had somebody talking in his ear, or I don't know. I think if they just have Luchasaurus just throw him all around and just completely beat the shit out of him in this cage match, I think I'd be more happy with that.
Oh my god, Ignacio, you're boring me more than Black Panther. Fuck me, Jesus Christ.
Wakanda,
What?
Wakanda, whatever.
Are you done? Are you done?
Simple,
All right.
simple. Carry on, Ignacio.
So,
Go on.
Jarrett, I can't tell you how happy I was to see Jarrett on Dynamite. This is my problem, though, is that Jarrett, yes, he's a great asset, and look, comeback story or MVP of the year or whatever you want to say. Just like going back to reiterate what you guys were talking about. I mean, GCW, Garbage Championship Wrestling. I was kind of disappointed he showed up in that, but they probably gave him somewhat of a good payday. The NWA, he refereed the Aldis Cardona match, WWE, and he's been everywhere. Not all these places Jeff Jarrett wouldn't be showing up in all these places if he didn't have a great mind for the business, if he was a good worker, if he could still contribute. The problem is that Tony Khan is not going to let him contribute in the way he should be contributing, and that's it. In creativity, probably producing. I think that they made him the head of business management or development or something.
Yeah, it's like touring dates as well. So their touring stuff as well, they made them the head of.
I think so.
Yeah.
In my mind's eye, he's going to be doing the same stuff he was doing with WWE, but he's not really going to have any creative input, and Tony's not going to listen to him as far as anything. I will say this: it looked like that promo he cut on Dynamite, like he probably produced that, because it's just the way it was formatted. He introduced himself. For those of you who are not familiar with him or don't know him, he introduced himself. He introduced each person, Jay Lethal, Sanjay, the Giant. He introduced everybody individually, what their purpose was, why they're mad at AEW, and what their intentions are. Right? That was formatted by Jarrett. But I think as far as like helping out with everybody else's stuff, like Tony's not going to let Jarrett do that. So Jarrett's stuff might be good, but his stuff, everybody else's, he's not going to let help with anybody else's stuff. So Jarrett, Lethal, and Sting and Darby. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match because, you know, Jarrett and Sting have a history, TNA, and everybody was shitting on this like so it's TNA 2007. Well, TNA 2007 was pretty good. 6, 7, 8, 9.
It was.
Run that
it was. Yeah.
Was good.
Yeah.
Like they were getting like 2 million viewers a show or something. Like at one point, 2.5 million. That's more than AEW gets now. So what the fuck? Like. So anyway, when Jarrett was champion and Jarrett was main eventing TNA when he was the owner and so forth, that's when TNA was at its best, right? So just FYI, people need to educate themselves before they make any contradictions here or make any comments. So that match I'm actually looking forward to. Britt Baker with Saraya. Saraya cut a hell of a promo. Like it finally thought she got her mojo back this past week on Dynamite, or was it made Britt Baker think, or it made the fans think that, yes, this is Saraya's comeback story, but it made it seem like Saraya has all the confidence in the world on how she's going to perform. It's Britt Baker that needs to prove herself. Yeah. And you can see that by Britt Baker's reaction and her reaction when she came out for Jamie Hayter's match. So that was good. And I will
jump in there as well. I'll say about that promo. I loved how Saraya used like all the past stuff, her past, and just said like, yeah, been broken down that many times. but I'm here rebuilding myself. I thought that was a real class touch to put on that as well. Just saying, like, people know about the whole past situation of her life and just helping herself build herself back up and tackling this new challenge. I've seen people say it was probably one of the best women's segments in AEW's history. I don't know to that extent. I'd have to watch a lot of the stuff back, but it was definitely up there.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It is up there because they're especially as of late, their women's division has been the shits. But this was good though, and Britt Baker, her reactions, her facials, all that stuff, that was really good. Even later on in the show, so this has got it's got a lot of good potential. I think this is going to be a good match. I don't think it's going to be disappointing. Now this next match
should be co-main.
Cargill and Nyla Rose. This is garbage. It's trash. Doesn't belong. It doesn't belong to the show. I don't have I don't have a problem with Nyla. I'm not even going to mention anything as far as who she wants to identify. That's not important to me. But it's just the creative is garbage. What they're doing, it's all garbage. I stole the belt, whatever, and all this. It's just it's not that I don't like her or what she does in the ring. I just think she's not being booked very well, and I don't know. This isn't the best representation of the women's division. I think they can do a lot better here. It's just I can care less this match.
I swear to God, Ignacio, I swear you could go to like a 5-star Michelin restaurant, have the best prepared meal presented right in front of you, and you would complain about the condition of the fucking silverware.
Well, this isn't this card, this paper. This is the probably the best build-up and presentation the AEW has probably produced all year. But this doesn't mean it's going to be even halfway good. But it does have potential. I mean, the only match I've really shit on is Jade and Nyla, and maybe the first match, right? Everything in between, Britt, Jarrett, that's going to be okay. And then here we go coming to this next match, which makes completely no sense. Because Jericho, Danielson, Claudio, and Sammy. It's a 4-way match, right? Because Danielson and Claudio, they're in the same faction, and Sammy and Jericho, they're supposed to be in the faction. But we're gonna have a 4-way for a title for a company that doesn't exist, right? It doesn't make any sense. The company that wasn't what it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, that because they want to get a TV deal, because they want to make something of this, they shouldn't. They should just use the tape library and ROH to make a streaming service or to make video packages so they can watch WWE and learn how to make video packages, ones that make sense. This doesn't, Jericho, he's rotten. He's a self-serving POS. I probably won't even watch this match. I'm gonna go, take a dump or make a drink or something or whatever.
When you're taking that shit, I hope you go out the way of Elvis and fucking die on the crapper.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Danielson. What makes me upset is they put Danielson and Claudio in this mess, in this situation, when you can't tell me they can be doing something better with these two guys. And even Sammy Guevara, Jericho has done nothing but ruin Sammy Guevara's career. He's no more over than he was when he first started 3 years ago.
That's a fucking reach.
He's downhill. Sammy's going downhill fast. So that match is gonna be shit.
You sure? Wait. Hold on. Sorry, Ignacio. Are you sure that's not because of his own doing? Because he's not really that well liked backstage.
Well, I think you know what. I agree. Yes, that's another thing is I think he needs to keep his mouth shut. I think he needs to shut his mouth and keep his ear open. And the only time he should open his mouth is asking a sensible question, like, "Hey, how can I make myself and my matches better?" But he's not going to do that. Yeah.
Wait.
But Jericho, hold on, sorry. Again, you can't tell me that Jericho's had a lot of influence on him. Jericho's a poison in this company. He's the real poison. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this guy anymore. Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter. I like Jamie Hayter, but I think AEW kind of they're slow at pulling the trigger at a lot of things, and I think they're slow at pulling the trigger on Jamie Hayter. I wouldn't be mad if they gave her the title, because then she can feud with Britt for a little bit, and eventually maybe get to, because I think I read somewhere Thunder's coming back in January, but I think she's actually probably coming back December in San Antonio, because that's her hometown. I think it's the 21st, the December 21st show in San Antonio. I'm gonna try to be there.
Imagine it's gonna be
Anyway,
front row of his I Heart Rosa shirt.
yeah. I
Yeah.
got one. It's somewhere. I got a
Simp.
couple of them.
Simp mentality.
Nice.
Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. I'm looking for like Tony Storm, but I don't think she's been a very good champion. I don't like her. I don't like her promos. Her in-ring work is it's okay. It's good, but I mean,
It's been a flop.
it's been a flop. Her
It's
run's
been a
been a
flop.
flop, and it's not necessarily her fault, but it is her fault. She's like, I don't want to do promos, or I don't like talking or whatever. It's she used to get over that. I just think that Jamie Hayter, she's got more charisma. She's got personality. The fans are behind her. Like, I think if they're gonna pull the trigger, they better do it now, or they're gonna lose the momentum they have with her. The Eliminator. Did Soul mention the Eliminator? Who he thinks is gonna win?
I didn't mention it because we've not got the actual 2 matchups yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Eddie Kingston's out.
You forgot.
I thought, well, shit. I mean, here's the chance for them to give Kingston a
Yeah.
shot. And no,
Yeah.
they fucking blew it again. So there we go. Because so it doesn't really matter who's gonna win because they're gonna lose. Lance Archer, I don't think has a chance. I wish they would do more with him. He's like way over in Japan, but here he looked like shit.
I mean, it's obvious that Ethan Page is going to win it, and well deserved.
And I like Ethan. Page. Man, him and MJF would cut some great promos. So looks like that's the way they're going, unless they go with the flippity floppy do artist Bandito. I don't. Yeah, it looks like it's good.
I hope not. Yeah, I think
it
doesn't make sense.
Cool.
Going on. Yeah, it's good, but it's not his time. it's not his time right now. I don't see him main event.
All right, fucking hell. All right, your time is now. All right, calm down there.
And I hope it never is.
Whatever, man.
I hope it's never his time.
Oh God, no! See, I didn't say that. I didn't go that far. So you better take that back.
I'm saying it. I hope it's never his time. Time to go to the bathroom. The acclaimed and Keith and Swerve. I mean, they had something at All Out, and then it's just gotten ridiculous with the kidnapping and the breaking of the fingers or chopping off the fingers. I like the Acclaimed a lot. I think Billy Gunn kind of sticks out like a sore thumb a little bit. Why isn't he with his sons? But I mean, the fans like it. And they're way over, and they love Billy. This doesn't make sense. Keith Lee, he's on and off. When he works like a monster and stops when he shuts his mouth and doesn't cut a promo because he sounds ridiculous. He's okay.
Oh, accusations right there, man.
You sound like Vince right now.
Accusations.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
Lord, I never thought him and Swerve made any sense. I like Swerve has got personality. He's kind of big. He's, he can talk. But this ridiculous sports entertainment crap that they tried to pull with all the kidnapping and all this stuff, it's just, I don't know, man. I just think when I see this match and the pay-per-view, and it's their last pay-per-view of the year, I'm like, dude, why isn't FTR in this match? Like, if they're going to draw, they need to draw acclaimed with the AEW title, with FTR with their 20 belts or whatever. That would draw. This match, I don't think anybody cares less at this point. I know I don't. And then we got the main event. What do you think?
I was just gonna quickly say with regarding the tag team match, I do feel like it's gonna be good. I just feel like they're definitely milking it a bit too much. Obviously, I agree. They should have called an audible back at All Out by making them win. To go for the rubber match and get is a bit much, but yeah, I do feel like FTR should have been in this because they are dragging that one out. They're dragging it out. Just like, I must say
they're hardly on TV. They've been on TV a little bit lately, but they're off and on. It's not, you can't say, well, they're in Japan or they're in Mexico. They haven't defended those belts. They haven't been anywhere. They've been doing indie shows. Tony Khan has the best tag team in the world, and he's allowing them to do indie shows instead of having them on his TV. That I don't need to say anymore. That's
Can you
moronic.
hurry up and answer? You're putting me to fucking sleep here. Jesus Christ.
I'm almost done here because I'm the only one who makes sense in this entourage here. John Moxley and MJF. Some of these, a couple of these things get a pass. This is one match that kind of gets a pass because it wasn't supposed to be Moxley here. I'm betting that it was supposed to be CM Punk here, right? In this spot,
100%.
Punk and MJF. Moxley's garbage. He's a garbage wrestler with a garbage mindset. It's just trash. Like, he cuts good promos, man, and he can wrestle good when he wants to and tell good stories. But he's just, no, I'm just gonna do what I want and drink people's blood and grind their bones for my bread and whatever. And I wish they would realize that this guy, he's overcome a lot with his issues and stuff, and I commend him for that. But it's like he's using pain as a replacement for that. I don't know. It's just, he doesn't have to bleed every match. He can tell a good story. He just doesn't want to. I don't know why. MJF is promo of the year, definitely. He hasn't wrestled much. He was off for that 3.5 months or so. But I don't know. It's got MJF in it, and MJF can tell good stories in the ring and outside of the ring with the promos. They've done the best, I think, given the situation. They've done the best they could, given that they want Moxley on top. So is it going to be a good match? It's got potential because MJF's in it. So I don't know. I'm semi-interested in it. I'm more interested because I think MJF is going to take this win here. I'm more interested on what they're going to do with MJF afterwards. But
the question is, do you think he's going to beat him clean, as what he keeps on proclaiming?
Yes.
No, he's not gonna. No, he's
no,
absolutely not.
He will.
You know what? And I'm gonna say the only way I see if they beat him clean, they're gonna try to make MJF a babyface, which I'm not so against. I just think it's not time now, but I don't know. That's why I'm kind of interested in this match. I
think MJF will beat him clean, and he's going to be that sort of Stone Cold type, kind of like
anti-hero.
Fuck everybody else, but I get the shit done, and I'm loved by the people.
Oh man, I'm not mad at that. It's just like, man, I just think he's doing it for the wrong company. But I mean, maybe that's something that can put. Maybe that's something that can fire up AEW. This is the best card they put on, and they put on all the year, I believe, in my opinion. And this is the best buildup, but doesn't mean it's going to be good. But I'm going to give it a chance. I'm giving it a chance here because there's some matches here that I actually want to see. But
there's something we've missed, gentlemen. One important thing we've missed. Video packages leading up to Full Gear have shown the Elite what's going on with them. We've seen them been erased from past footage. The E and All Elite has been disappearing. What do you guys think we're getting the Elite at Full Gear?
You know what?
I think we're definitely going to get them at Full Gear. They're most certainly going to show up at Full Gear. They're somehow going to they're going to take obviously somehow they're going to face Death Triangle to reclaim the trios titles and then resume what's going on there. I think that's why they're saving House of Black from coming back. But Death Triangle is not on this pay-per-view. So I don't know if they're going to add that, maybe do an open challenge of some kind. They ain't going to come back and do a promo. I think they're going to be there for a match. So it all depends if you're going to see something maybe at Dynamite to maybe see what they're going to, because they have kind of like given clues that they are going to be a Full Gear. But yeah, it's something involving Death Triangle. Surely has to be.
Well, I think that like AEW's done the same. They were with them or without them. I think they should have fired them. They should fire them, and they should go back to Japan or Pro Wrestling Chimpanzee or whatever the fuck they came from in Cucamonga, California. What is
PWG?
PW Pro Wrestling Chimpanzee or Apes or whatever. I don't know.
Fucking Mr. Negative here. Jesus, fuck me.
They should fire them. They needed to fire them. That's what they needed to do. But
we should fucking fire you.
I could care less. Fire me from what?
For fucking talking out our pish. Man, are you fucking intoxicated? I'm not a fucking breathalyzer here. think this comes on the fucking roids or some shit like that. Man can't fucking get a sentence together.
Oh. I'm speaking the
Yeah.
truth here.
Fair
I'm
enough.
speaking the truth. I've taken my medication. I'm speaking the truth here. All right.
Well, you're taking suppositories there, old man.
All right. All right. So, what do you think they're gonna do in the all full gear? Let's get back on track.
All right, I think we're gonna get Death Triangle doing an open challenge or something like that. Then the Elite are gonna come out, face them off. The Elite are winning, but then it's gonna go full black, and House of Black appear behind the Elite and attack them. So I think we're then gonna get an Elite House of Black build to either Winters is coming, or if they want to really drag it out, maybe to like their New Year's Smash, this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I think it works.
that's it. Yeah, so pretty much what I kind of alluded to, but yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Is this Triangle the actual heel team now? Are they heel?
Well,
I know Pac is.
Really, maybe the others will follow suit, and we'll get like Rey Fenix and Penta Oscuro back or something like that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, look,
but they will show up.
Am I just as much as I don't like them? Am I the only one who just thinks that Andrade would have been a better fit here for these guys?
Nah.
What for Death Triangle?
Yes.
How so? Like, did he have any interactions with them? Did he?
Well, Andrade?
Yeah.
Well, there's one point he was trying to convince him to join the, I don't know, what's it called, the Millionaires Club or whatever.
No, the Faction Ingobles.
Or well, whatever. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I just think
I don't know. I just don't. Andrade is as good as a wrestler he is. I can't stand him when he's on the mic. He's not a good promo. So I don't know how he would benefit them. You know.
Well, I think. Well, I'll give the guy this. At least he's trying to learn English. I mean, he could do a little better, of course, but I don't know. Maybe that'll come. But I think Aberrantes would have been a good mouthpiece for him.
Oh yeah,
the mouthpiece for the or I don't know what happened with Chavo Guerrero, but I thought Chavo was going to do pretty good as the mouthpiece for Andrade, and then he pissed off Tony Khan. So I don't know. None of those people should be in that company. Forget it.
There we go. He's back.
God, Ignacio's like fucking Vince. He just wants to fire everybody in roster cuts, man. It's like no one should work. Everyone has to be unemployed.
But fair enough. In terms of, I don't know if I did say, but yeah, in terms of the build up, I think it has been pretty decent. Definitely one of the most anticipated cards in a while. Especially this is better compared to last year's Full Gear. I feel like last year's Full Gear was pretty, like there was a lot of shit happening in it, and most of it was filler, if I recall. That one had, except for the main event. I think the main event was when Adam Page beat Kenny.
Well,
yeah.
They had that, and then they had Darby and MJF had a good thing going, had a good build.
Yeah, Punk and Kingston, FDR and Lucha Bros.
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah.
A good show. I was there live, so it was
Oh,
a good show. To me, in my opinion, that's been their best pay-per-view. Like in company,
I take it back.
Up to there.
I take it back. I'm thinking about the one that was in the pandemic era. That one wasn't great.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Fair dues. You're forgiven.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks good. I hope they don't stack it with 20 matches. I can't stand it. I mean, the 2021 had 9 matches. This last year's one had 10 matches. So yeah, expect probably one more match to be added in there. And then that should be it. That's more than enough. But yeah, that's our thoughts. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. What matches you are looking forward to? Quick roundup of we pretty much said it in between our thoughts on the build up to the matches. But quick rundown on predictions. Let's start off with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Soul.
Jungle Boy.
Ignacio.
I'm hoping for Lucha.
Okay, cool. I'm saying Jungle Boy because he needs a W in this whole, because he's getting his ass beat for all of them. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin. So
Sting and Darby Allin.
I'm gonna go with Jarrett and Lethal. I'm gonna go with Jarrett and Lethal.
Okay. You know, yeah, I'm gonna do the
Yeah,
same. Jarrett and Lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jarrett just got there. They want to establish him as some sort of heel figure. So I think they're built to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Britt Baker versus Soraya. Soul.
Soraya.
Ignacio.
Oh, Soraya, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. The all hands up for Soraya. Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose. Soul.
Jade Cargill.
Ignacio.
Well, there is no right answer. Everybody loses when they see this match, but Jade Cargill.
Hey, boss, snap out of it. Come on, we got a job to do.
All right. Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter. Soul.
Jamie Hayter.
I'm saying Jamie Hayter, Ignacio.
Man. I mean, I want it to be Jamie Hayter, but I'm gonna pick Jamie Hayter. But it's probably gonna be Tony Storm. Damn it.
Fair play. Fair enough. The Fatal 4-Way: Jericho, Danielson, Claudio, and Guevara. Soul.
This is a tough one.
Good.
I'm gonna go Bryan Danielson.
Okay, Ignacio.
I'm kind of well, because I don't give a fuck. I'm kind of gonna go with. I want to go with Danielson. You know why? Because they're gonna have Danielson pin like Guevara or something or whatever. But it's just to keep Jericho clean. You know what I mean? Fuck. I mean.
Yeah. Jericho ain't gonna take the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably gonna say that it has to be Danielson. I mean, he's been run over so many times. Like, please give him something.
Yeah. There's another disappointment.
Yeah. Who else? The Acclaimed versus Swerve and Our Glory. Soul.
Yeah, the Acclaimed, easy.
Ignacio.
Acclaim.
Yeah, 100%. Has to be Acclaimed, and definitely a heel turn with Swerve on Keith. Surely. We don't know the Eliminator Tournament Final, and of course the main event: John Moxley versus MJF.
I'm going to see it's Ethan Page for the Eliminator. You'll see the Eliminator is Ethan Page. That's who I think is really going to win it.
Yeah, it's probably Ethan Page. I'm pretty sure. Next one says the same. Oh wow, Brian Cage. Oh, he beat Dante Martin. Okay, I did not know that. The main event, of course, John Moxley versus MJF. I'm saying MJF. Soul.
MJF.
And Ignacio.
MJF.
Yep, and John Moxley can finally have his long-awaited vacation. So yeah, surely. Okay then, definitely looking forward to it. Probably going to try and watch it live. And I got
the day off work for it.
Can't wait for our thoughts on it. Fair play. All right then. So that is our thoughts on the AEW pay-per-view. Next up, we are going to be talking about what happened on SmackDown less than 24 hours ago. I'm not going to go through the whole show, but it was fairly good. I must say, I think it was fairly good. Obviously, one of the main talking points was Bray Wyatt. He actually showed up backstage, talking to someone instead of just talking all kind of clue hints and cryptic shit in the crowd. He went and pretty much met none other than this young man right here. One second.
Yeah.
The one and only L.A. Knight.
Yeah, that happened.
So that was an interesting segment. He was obviously talking about how he should have been in the World Cup the World Cup series that has been going on for the Intercontinental title, and the screen was flickering in the back. He was getting pissed off that the interviewer was not paying attention to him, and then eventually he caught the flickering, saying, "What the hell's going on?" Looked at it, turned back, and it was Bray Wyatt. I don't know what happened to the girl. She just got swallowed up by Bray. And yeah, again.
And you think I'm a prick?
I'll just say she just disappeared.
Yeah.
And then and then he was also saying, like, I know what it takes to be respected. How far will you go? Kind of, and all this stuff. And then pretty much this LA Knight just basically said, you can go back to your little playroom and take all those little toys and shove it wherever it gives you pleasure. Awesome comeback, loved it. And then Bray Wyatt just pretty much headbutted him, and then again he dissolved into the ether. So it looks to be this is going to be his first major feud with LA Knight. Do you guys think this is the right call? Do you think it's a bit out of nowhere? Like, what's your thoughts when you saw this little interaction? Let's start with Soul.
Yeah, this is really left field, ain't it? I mean, of all people, LA Knight. I mean, I thought LA Knight was a face because he broke away from.
Oh no, he's a heel. Yeah, when he
Is
changed
he?
to LA Knight, he was definitely a heel.
I don't get it. I mean, I like LA Knight. I do really like LA Knight. I think he's very entertaining. You know, I went back and actually watched some of his old NWA stuff while he was in there, and I felt that was really entertaining. I mean, I don't know what it is with Bray, actually. I'm just really not getting it. I don't know if it's because it's just such a slow build and like him coming out every time like, yeah, I'm good, I'm me, I'm happy, I'm like trying to be me sort of thing. And then there's like this mysterious person in the background, and then it's just like, okay, let's start picking up the pace. It's been what nearly four weeks since he's came back. And we're still basically at point one. We need to evolve. We need to get going. We need to pass go, collect our 200 quid, and move on. But no, we're still fucking stagnant. I mean, I would have put Bray's first feud personally. I would have put it against Judgment Day because they've got sort of that still kind of gothy, horror-y gimmick sort of thing. And they could be like, "Oh, Bray, come with us," and he's like, "Oh no, I'm all nice and sweet. You know, I'm all cheerful and ponies and shit like that." And it's like, "Oh my god, this was the great Fiend that was tormenting the WWE from all this time. Fuck him, we don't want him." And then you could pull out some like personality switch and then turn evil, and it's like, "Oh shit, he really is menacing. We fucked up here. We're sorry." And then that'd be a good establishment point as well. Finn was in there. Finn was the first person to face the Fiend. Callback storyline connections, but again, it is what it is.
That would be kind of interesting. Obviously, my rebuttal is with Bray. I understand it's a slow build, but most people remember Bray more for his storytelling than his wrestling. Like, I don't think many people can really recall their favorite match of Bray. I think the only one that people will probably remember was when he won the WWE title at Elimination Chamber. So is more of his story, his presence and his way of telling a story is more.
Yeah,
is what
fair
more
point.
people
Remember,
remember.
he is a wrestler. He has to wrestle.
No, I get that. I get that.
You can't just going out there and saying plot points and then dipping away in the shadows and never actually doing anything. At that point, you might as well just put him behind the camera and make him a story writer for the show.
But isn't that what WWE is? Like, WWE is more about story, whereas AEW is more about wrestling. That's why we always get random great matches on.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's not like we're seeing. It's like Roman's not just going out and saying, "I'm the tribal chief, head of the table," and never actually being a dominant person in the ring and like fucking people up. No, he's not doing that. He's not being so passive and just saying, I'm this, I do this, and then never doing any physicality. You got to get physical.
Oh yeah, no, he does it once every 2 months.
Well, it's still he's done more than Bray has.
Fair enough. No, I get what you mean. There has to be some end game. It's starting to slowly start to spin its wheels, but we'll see what happens. What about you, Ignacio? What do you think of this interaction between Bray Wyatt and the one and only? LA Knight. So yeah.
Well, I think it's just. I mean, if you go back to the way they introduced the Fiend, it was. I mean, I think it was like a 3-month build, and I don't think we're gonna get that in this case. But before he had his first match with Finn Balor, and Finn Balor wasn't doing too hot at the time. But I mean, it was just somebody that can come help and introduce the character, is what it was, and that's what they're doing with LA Knight. Is that look, LA Knight? I know. I was hoping that this LA Knight version would show up sooner, but it hasn't. But LA Knight, you got to think he's 40, so he's not going to have a lot of main event matches, he's probably going to be using just to do this to build guys, build characters. And in this case, he's just helping introduce Bray's character, which, bro, he just got back. He's only been here. He said we've been here for a month. Yes, it's been a month. Like, I think we just let it play out. And yeah, obviously he's gonna have the match with LA Knight sometime soon. Survivor Series maybe. Then we'll understand more on where Bray's trying to go as far as the character. After last time when he introduced the Fiend, he went straight right into the main event with Seth and Braun, and he had Seth, and then he had the Cell match, and then he was an indestructible force in the ring. I mean, that was kind of his thing. Is what are you going to do to put this guy down? But then Vince took over with his creative, and he lost to Goldberg, and there went the momentum. Now with Hunter in charge, we'll introduce the character. You'll have more of a sense of who he is and what he is, and then maybe they'll start building him for a big match. Or I'm 99% sure they're going to start building him for a big match at the Royal Rumble, right? And then starting building to give him a big opponent for WrestleMania, which I think is probably going to be because they were supposed to have that match a few years ago, but they had that bullshit cinematic, horrendous piece of trash. I think they'll probably build him up for a match with Cena at Mania. So just hold on, you impatient marks out there. Just wait, all right? Jesus.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Well, let's just see how it plays out, because I'm still quite interested in this whole stick that Bray is doing, this Uncle Howdy thing, and obviously, I hope that's not gonna turn into like an actual on-screen character, like you're gonna see him in the ring. I just hope that's his like evil conscience, if you will. That's obviously slowly coming back.
Now, if we start getting teleportation and all that bullshit, then I'm out.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm worried about. But yeah, for the most part, if Bray has his way and he's good, he's a very creative guy, I don't think we're gonna get that. If it was with Vince, more than likely he loves teleportation and that hokey shit. But yeah, let's see how it plays out. It is a random person to choose. At first, I thought it was gonna be like, was he trying to recruit him for this so-called Wyatt Six? However, I do like the idea that it's not an actual faction. It's just gonna be, I think there was rumors that someone said Eric Rowan's gonna be back in it, and obviously his brother. Bo Dallas, yeah. Those are the two at least somewhat confirmed. So it's gonna be like the new Wyatt family, if you will, which I'm cool with. That makes sense. They both make sense. But yeah, I thought he was trying to recruit him for that, and I was just like, you just had a gimmick change. Like, don't try and do that. But yeah, see how it plays out. I agree. Let's see what happens. And then take it from there. But yeah. On that note, I guess that is pretty much what we have today, guys.
Wait 1 second.
Screeching halt. Okay, go ahead.
We have a show tonight. NWA Hard Times in New Orleans. The NWA Championship's up for defense against Matt Cardona, Ray, versus Trevor Murdoch, the champion, and Tyrus. I just want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who the fuck do you think is going to win that match?
I'm just checking it right now. Who is it? It would take place
Trevor
November
Murdoch,
12th.
Matt Cardona, and Tyrus. The Funkasaurus guy.
Yes, yeah. I know Tyrus. Okay. Ooh.
Because the NWA is a bit of a problem right now with Nick Aldis leaving.
Yeah. Which is probably what we should really be talking about. Because that's which probably what we should really be talking about, because his contract ends January 1st, I believe. And that's right around Royal Rumble time.
Oh, you think he's going to show up at the Rumble?
I think at this point of his career, he's just going to go for the money, and that's WWE.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are joking that Tyrus is going to win the NWA Championship, and I think that's just Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, my money's on Matt Cardona. He's having one of the greatest indie runs of all time. Like, why not give it to him? He's won
Well, I
everything
mean,
else.
Chelsea Green's
I'll
apparently
give it
going
to
back to
Cardona.
WWE. So if Chelsea's going, I don't see
Yep.
why Matt wouldn't follow.
You don't think he would follow?
No, I don't see why he would not follow Chelsea to WWE if
Ah.
Chelsea's going to go back.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you never know. Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. Trevor could, yeah, it's either Trevor going to retain or Cardona's going to win, in my opinion. But my money will be on Cardona. And yeah, if anything, because obviously there's all these forbidden doors that are opening now with WWE, he could do a one-off on the Rumble. Just do a one-off. I'm cool with that. They did it with Mickey James. Carry on that trend. I think that'll be a cool thing. You know, once a year, during the Rumble, you can have one special person from another company, except for obviously if it's definitely not AEW, obviously. Then yeah, do that. Just show up in the Rumble and maybe make them win. But yeah, EC3. EC3 is the. Oh yeah, it's Crow Control Your Narrative. Is that still going?
I think so.
Oh, okay, all right. He's on this card, ain't he, against Dom Latimer? Yeah, fair enough. Are you watching this pay-per-view?
No.
No, fair enough. Okay,
it's like 24 quid. I'm not waiting. I ain't got that kind of money just to throw down.
Unless it's AEW, of course.
Yeah, correct. Happy for them.
Say no more.
24 quid on a pay-per-view that's got like a bunch of belts on it that don't make sense, and I mean Tyrus in the main event. I'm not 24 quid is a bit steep there, bro. Maybe 250 in a meal deal.
Look, don't let the Funkasaurus put you off Tyrus. He's actually a good wrestler. He was pretty good in Impact. That's the last time I saw him. But yeah, he's not too bad. There's worse. There's worse.
I'm sure.
And on that glorious note, we've come to the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much, Soul and Ignacio, for joining us on this enjoyable, interactive episode. It's been very fun, as always. As always, please make sure you follow us at Wrestling Republic on Instagram and also at official_TITTT on Instagram as well. So you can be up to date with all the clips, rants, highlights, everything with the show. And also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Always helps. And yeah, other than that, I have been your host, Chaos. He has been Soul. Down there has been Ignacio. Until next time, guys. Peace.